Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Oklahoma City Sports Network. I am the Cowboy Crowd, and I am joined by Brian once again. How's it going, Brian?
Oh, it's going amazing. How's it going?
Going pretty good. We got our last regular season game of the night of the season tonight. In less than an hour as of the recording of this, we got our rival in the Bluesteel City Vikings, the Red River Rivalry matchup, brought to you by Nara. For our season closer, we are gonna have to be going to Bluesteel City to take on the Vikings. But before we get into our predictions for that, we got last week's game to talk about. And Brian, we were completely off the mark with our predictions for last week. A Twisters smacking of the Houston Toros. It was brutal for Houston last week, just put it lightly.
Yeah, that was a honestly, that was quite entertaining watching them play like that. I mean, obviously it's Houston, but it was fun to watch the team gain some chemistry and have a good week statistically.
Yeah, final score of 72-20 against a division rival. Not only did that eliminate the Houston Toros from playoff contention, the first team of season 37 to get eliminated, but that also really shot up our playoff chances. We'll get into that, but first let's talk about statistics from last week's game. We'll start with the Toros, and then we'll get to the Twisters. The Toros, 1x5, 15 for 28, 335 passing yards, a 53.6 completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So a higher interception to touchdown ratio, never a good thing for a quarterback of any caliber.
No, that was... I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie, first couple drives, I was decently impressed, but eventually we pulled away.
But, eventually, the Twisters kicked something in new gear, and then you had Cias, I think that's how you say that name, he went 0 for 2. Receiving core for the Toros, he had Chill Out George, 6 receptions, 182 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Hughes Ao, I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, 2 receptions for 45 receiving yards and touchdowns. Acquirement, 2 receptions, 24 receiving yards. Hedges Jr. with a reception for 32 receiving yards. Kayvon Shifts with a reception for 6 yards. And Two-Face Dame with 3 receptions for 46 receiving yards. So really, it was only George who was able to do something against the Twisters defense. Everybody else couldn't even break 50 receiving yards.
Yeah. I mean, there was a play where Samuel just got completely head topped.
Yeah. They stacked.
Yeah, that was. It was
interesting, and that was pretty late in the game, but it meant nothing for the Toros in the terms of end result.
Yeah.
At center, Tupperware Cup, he out of his 6 drives, led up 2 sacks. Magnet that Julian, out of his 2 drives, he led up 2 sacks, and Fusino, out of his 1 drive, led up nothing. And on defense, Magnet that Julian got 1 sack. So for the Toros, I'd say outside of Chill Out, not really a good day statistic-wise for the Toros, and that really showed in the final score result too. A 72-20 loss for Houston.
Yeah, that was that realistically on paper, that I know what the prediction said, but that game really never had a chance from the jump. So
no, especially we got to talk about Intage stats. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. Intage, 25 for 30, 699 passing yards, a 83.3 completion percentage, and 10 touchdowns.
You gotta
love where was this week 1, man? Where was this week 1? That's my question. Where was this week 1?
Yeah, as I was gonna say, you gotta love that performance.
You gotta love it, but where was it week 1?
Yeah, that's when we really needed it the most. But hey, not complaining.
Yeah, now we got the receiving corner to talk about. Donovan 3 receptions for 88 receiving yards. A tight end almost getting 100 receiving yards. That's something you don't see often, actually, the more I think about it. Tight ends usually get maybe around the 20 to 60 range on average, if my math is right. So getting 80 plus, pretty impressive for a tight end. Dymek, out of his one, he got 1 reception for 7 yards and a touchdown. Mission accomplished. 4 receptions, 51 receiving yards and a touchdown. Star Wars Freak, 6 receptions, 182 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, the most out of the whole team. Drag Me in the Wood, 6 receptions, 141 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And Samuel, 5 receptions, 230 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Another 200 receiving yards for Samuel on the season.
Yeah, that's I mean that's just purely amazing. I mean, again, that's just stuff that you love to see. This was a great game. I mean, definitely would have loved this against Barden, but it's all right. It's all right.
M13 out of his 10 drives at center, he let up a sack. And then defense, oh boy, we got a lot on defense. Drag Me in the Wood with an interception. Donovan, 2 sacks and a swat. Star Wars Freak with a sack. Mission accomplished with a safety and an interception. And M13 with an interception. I mean, all around Twisters, that's a fantastic day. Let me look at the box score real quick too. I just want to see. Yeah, so second half onwards, an absolute shutout from the Twisters.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, we got somebody flying behind us.
What was that? Oh my god!
Holy crap!
You just saw BTD just
fly.
Oh my god, that was traumatizing. But okay. But yeah, to really.
Yeah, I just looked at the box score because I couldn't remember. Yeah, a second half shutout of the Houston Toros.
Yeah, that's I mean, you almost yeah. Let me like make something clear here. Like, I understand talking it up. It's like the Toros, but like after what's this season's thing been all about, the whole situation left and right here. I mean, you gotta love it still.
Yep, and I believe with that massive win, I think that left us to control our own destiny heading into tonight. Since based off the OFL network in the Discord server, a win for the Twisters tonight clinches them a play-in spot. I believe it is probably gonna be 9, 10, maybe 8, depending on if the Bucks lose. Because we can't pass the Bruisers. They have the tiebreaker over us. They have the win. But just kind of looking at it right now, the Ducks, they are 2-4. So they're gonna need some stuff to go their way. And if not, they're eliminated. The Warriors are 2-3. And I think they need some stuff to go their way. The Jackrabbits, I think, same thing. They need some stuff to go their way to get in. So I think the Twisters, if I'm not mistaken, they're the only team that's a win and in left in the OWC, if I'm not mistaken. Because as of now, the last team in the Western Conference to clinch at least a play-in spot was the Sky Kings. They went 3-3.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. Have some interesting situations because Sky Kings, if the Bruisers win, then the Bruisers jump them to go make them a 4-2 record. Sky Kings drop down to a play-in with a 3-3 record. And if the Bruisers lose, then they're still 3-3. And they're still in a play-in. So, yeah, you got interesting playoff scenarios, but we got to talk about our Week 6 prediction. I think tonight, we continue. I think last time we mentioned anything about a streak, it ended up blowing up in our face, but I'll mention it again. Twisters right now have won the Red River Rivalry every season since its introduction. I don't think that stops here tonight. I think the Twisters get the win in the Red River Rivalry and are going to the playoffs. Now, for the playoffs, that's going to be where it gets interesting, but I think we're at least going back to the playoffs this season.
Yeah, I definitely agree somewhat with that take. I definitely don't see a Twisters loss here tonight. I think there's no way that there's too much on the line. I mean, this is just a streak that you can't ignore. This has kind of been like Ohio State and Michigan for like the past, like, before Michigan started winning. Just Ohio State just continuing on winning that streak. So I see a big game, and I also just think, like, after the suspensions that happened with Bluesteel and some of them getting locked up, I definitely don't think that Bluesteel is nearly the same team that they used to be. So personally, comfortably give me the Twisters 48 35.
I gotta give a prediction. My prediction will be 58-33 final score of the night. I think it's gonna be. I think Twisters are probably gonna get kind of that same team from Houston, where they just find a point and they just start scoring and scoring, and they go up by 3. They go up by maybe like 4 possessions, but the Vikings are able to maybe like get a last minute drive and make it a 3 possession game to help to just lower the deficit just a little bit, but not enough to try and come back and win it.
Yeah, I definitely. I obviously this game's always going to be, close, and I think up until halftime, it might be a little back and forth, if not maybe a 1 or 2 possession game. But I think regardless, I still see the Twisters nonetheless coming out on top.
All right. Well, we also, if for the Twisters to make the playoffs, they are also going to have to be a part of the play-in draft. Now, Brian, I already know who I'm predicting for us to be drafted by to play in the wild card round. So I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and see who you think out of these teams, if we make it to the play-ins, who do you think is going to draft to face us or whoever we play in the play-in game?
I mean, so again, how does who gets to draft again? Is it the first couple seeds?
The first 3 seeds.
The first 3 seeds. So okay.
It's all the division win.
Okay. So with all honesty, does Redcliffe have a confirmed spot, or like are the top 3 seats like still?
So here's the thing: the Redcliffe Raiders, they. Let me just check.
Oh, never mind. I didn't see how.
Yeah, they have the play-in clinch.
Okay, so
you have your top 3 in the Pacific Division all have play-ins clinch. That division is still open.
Well, I mean,
it's really right now. It's down to the Rams and Sunbirds.
So, I don't think the Sunbird. I think the Sunbirds. I honestly feel like it would be bold for them to pick us a little bit, unless we come out tonight and we kind of,
struggle a little bit and sneak by with a win.
Yeah. I could see the Rattlers doing it. Or maybe the Aztecs. I mean, if they want to get their revenge. So honestly, right now I'd probably go with the Aztecs, assuming they land that third. No, there's only So assuming.
I mean, they have the division, so they already have division clinch. It's just a question of, are they going to get the 2 or 3?
So if I think the Aztecs might, just to get us out of the way, and I think that they think that they're a team that we can. I think they believe that they want to get their only loss, assuming they win, that they want to get their only loss and get their revenge on that. I would pick the Aztecs I think the Rattlers, they could do it. It would seem just a tad random, in my opinion,
So
because
it's to go with a team that check something real quick. I don't think they've ever played the Twisters in an official game. Checking the history on that real quick. No, Rattlers and Twisters have played once, and the Twisters won.
I think it would be a little random if they picked us. Okay, so I'm looking at the league sheet. Are the Ducks in, or like who's like?
The Ducks are right now in a situation where they need a lot of people to lose to get in.
So, I could probably say. So if what about the Warriors? Where are the Warriors at?
If they lose, they're done.
So they control their own destiny.
That does not say if they win, they're in. It just says if they are eliminated if they lose.
Well, I mean, I don't think we'll be the final seed in the wild card. I think we'll probably maybe take the 9 or the 8, if anything. Really, because I'd see Saxon taking a team like the 10 team, or
the thing is, they get the winner of a play-in game. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
So you got the 2 play-in games, and you got 2 out of those 3 teams pick the winner of the play-in game.
I'd probably go with the Aztecs. The Aztecs make the most sense.
Yeah, that's where I was going to, because Aztecs, their only loss was, as of now, was only to us, and that was different. That was a different Twisters team that they faced in week 2 compared to this week 6 team. They are also, as of now, winless against the Twisters. They are looking for not only their first win against the Twisters, but vengeance for their week 2 loss. And the fact that every time that in the previous seasons, after every game against the Twisters, they fall off really bad and miss the playoffs, or go to the play-in games and get eliminated. I think we're both in agreement on this one. And we make it to the play-in game. Mexico City Aztecs are going to be the team to draft us, to play us or whoever we face. And I think they're going to be hoping it's us. They're wanting vengeance against us.
I wouldn't hate that matchup if that's who picked us. I wouldn't hate that.
No. But I think that's where we're going to have to wrap it up here for today's episode of the Oklahoma City Sports Network. Brian, you got any closing comments for us?
No, just just be ready. We're gonna be special in the playoffs. Just be ready.
All right. Well, if
we lose tonight, void that comment. But
edit that one out from the papers if we lose. But I think that's where we will wrap it up here for you tonight, folks. Representing the Oklahoma City Sports Network, I'm the Cowboy Crab.
It's Brian.
The analyst. We are the analysts for the Oklahoma City Sports Network. Saying so long, everybody.